potato.
How you doing, movie fans? Welcome to another weekly installment. So with Daniel Craig playing the iconic 007 for his fifth and reported final time, many of us are starting to wonder what his send-off will look like. Will he ride off into the sunset? Will he die? Or maybe we'll get some kind of annoying ending that will be left open for interpretation. But before giving my predictions on that, first, I wanted to take a quick look at the Craig era itself, what it brought, and what the post-Craig era might look like.
The Craig era of Bond, which started in 2006 with Casino Royale, and carries on through 4 more films, including the upcoming 25th Bond film to be released in 2020, will go down as a memorable and necessary soft reboot. I say soft because it did carry over Dame Judi Dench's M from the Brosnan days, but it fixed a lot of the over-the-top theatrics from the previous era, like invisible cars, and made the story a little more grounded, and also gave us many firsts in the franchise. To name a few, it's the first time we see Bond get his 00 status. It casted a much younger Q. It had a villain that was related to Bond, well, foster brother, but related nonetheless. Quantum of Solace became the very first direct Bond sequel. Actress Naomi Harris became the first black actress to play Moneypenny. And first time we've seen Bond's childhood home. Looking ahead, where does the franchise go?
I'm gonna read your thoughts.
The internet already has tons of rumors floating around about what will happen after Craig's departure. From director Christopher Nolan rebooting the franchise to Richard Madden or Idris Elba being the new Bond. Obviously, none of this has been confirmed yet, but it will be interesting to see what turn Bond 26 takes. Where the Craig era ranks among the previous eras can be slightly debated. I don't think it's possible to rank it higher than the Connery era, which created the mold, or the Roger Moore era, which, despite being the furthest from Fleming's vision, helped turn it into the big blockbuster franchise that it became. Now, if you want to debate the Connery era versus the Moore era, look, I could fill an entire video on just that alone, so we'll save that for another time. But many of us would agree the Craig era doesn't best either of those. It's certainly better than the Dalton era, although that's not Timothy Dalton's fault. He only starred in 2 films and should have starred in a third. However, legal issues put the Bond franchise on hold for 5 long years. I put the Craig era slightly above the Brosnan era. The Brosnan era got a little out of hand towards the end, and some of the villains were annoying, if not forgettable. But as a whole, that doesn't mean there weren't plenty of good moments. And George Lazenby, well, since his involvement was so short, it doesn't really register as an era. So this puts the Craig era pretty much right in the middle of the pack.
I am really excited to see what Craig's send-off will look like. I just can't see them actually killing him off, though. Personally, for better or worse, I think it will be similar to how The Dark Knight Rises concluded, where many of us think he's dead, but few know the actual truth and that he's really still alive. How do you guys think it will all go down? Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Thanks.